Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another episode of You, Me, and He, a podcast that sincerely believes a toll is a toll and a roll is a roll. And if we don't get no tolls, then we don't eat no rolls.
Did you make that up yourself?
I made that up. I'm your host, Rob Lambert. I'm joined by my co-hosts.
This is Josh Frankenstein.
And this is Drew.
What? What are you doing?
I don't know. This is Drew Carroll.
Oh, man.
Fellas, that quote was poignant because last week, sort of in just like an off-the-cuff thing, we went down this Robin hole, as Drew called it. And we started talking about the best Robin Hood films. Now, here's the deal. I threw a poll out on Twitter this week. Fellas, this was the highest voted poll that we've ever put out.
3,000 people. Awesome. I love it.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to go with that
3,000
number.
people. Yeah, that's fantastic.
Here's the deal. I put out three options. What is the best Robin Hood film? Disney's Robin Hood Prince of Thieves, which seemed like the obvious answer, and
Guessing it lost. Based
Robin Hood Men in Tights. Now, here's the deal. I don't say this lightly, but I'm so disappointed in these people.
Dude, I've been
Did
disappointed.
I just win another poll again?
I didn't say that yet.
Okay.
But I was disappointed.
I probably can't connect with anybody that listens to this show, dude, because they obviously all do things the same way Josh does. And opposite of me, towels,
Dude,
characters they pick.
What the crap, bro?
What?
You make it sound like I'm a bad guy or something.
I'm not saying you're a bad guy, dude. I'm just saying.
You guys hang out with me. I mean, how bad could I be?
Obviously,
on
Josh is in the
podcast night.
majority.
Yeah, dude.
Drew, you're the fringe. You're the fringe guy. Okay,
Which is
so-
ironic. The guy that believes that the earth is flat is in the majority.
We haven't pulled that yet.
No, I know.
Maybe we should.
Maybe we
Perhaps.
should.
Hit us up on Twitter. Okay, now let's talk about this. Okay. Three options. Disney's Robin Hood Men in
Right.
Tights, Robin Hood Prince of Thieves. In last place with 19% of the vote, Robin Hood Prince of Thieves. Are you freaking kidding me?
Yes.
Dude.
That's what I'm
Can you
talking
believe
about.
that, Drew?
And you know, that's the dumbest thing I ever heard in my life, dude.
Hey, but you know what? That movie gets better if Burt Reynolds plays the sheriff. I'm telling you.
It's Men in Tights, dude.
Hey, Robin,
Never.
I'm gonna cut your heart out with a spoon.
Dude,
But here's the deal.
That really upsets me, man. That was a
Dude,
great
I couldn't
movie.
believe it. I could not believe it.
All-star
Now,
lineup, great writing.
It didn't have Burt Reynolds.
You know, it's not his day
There is a-
anymore.
yeah, there's a part of me that wonders if it's too old. Like if they didn't see it. But we digress. Let's move
It's
on.
very
sure.
possible.
That's
It's very
exactly what it is.
possible.
Second place,
Possible.
34% of the vote.
Men in Tights,
Okay.
really?
First place, 47%. Almost half the people who voted in this poll voted for the first place movie. And that film, according to our Twitter followers, the greatest Robin Hood film of the three that were listed, Robin Hood friggin' Men in Tights, dude.
Yeah, dude. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you, peeps. Thank you, peeps. If I could drop this mic, I would.
Actually, I'll drop it for you right now.
We don't have that kind of budget. Okay, so
Yeah.
dude, so Men in Tights, man. People are down. Now, there was some people who were a little bit concerned that we didn't give any love to Errol Flynn. Do you guys know who Errol Flynn is?
Yeah.
I'm
No.
concerned that I was going to say.
We obviously know who that is, but just say it for everyone else.
Yeah.
So when you think about the guy who played Robin Hood like way back in the day in like the old Robin Hood films.
That
were,
sounded
super-
like a 1940s Robin Hood name, actually.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That was Errol Flynn.
Errol?
And Errol, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Errol.
that's an older name for sure.
Yeah.
Like Daryl without the D.
Yeah,
basically.
I knew an Errol, but he was like 70. This was 10 years ago. So
Maybe
maybe like
maybe
80.
he played in Robin Hood.
Yeah, it could have been the guy, dude. So there were some people who were concerned that we didn't show any love that way, but dude, You can't be showing love to Errol Flynn, but not be showing love to Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. I mean,
Yeah.
come on.
Dude,
It's ridiculous.
if they don't know Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, they definitely don't know who Errol Flynn is.
Yeah.
So
Well, apparently they did, and we did not. So,
somebody did.
Either way, the people have spoken. So
Some person.
all I know is my record continues to improve week by week.
Dude, that's because we're only talking about things that I don't know, man. I don't know what it is.
Go ahead, try and make an excuse. Let me
Nah.
hear it. Come on, let's go.
It had Alan Rickman and Morgan Freeman. Are you kidding me? I'm sorry. That was uncalled for. I apologize.
Oh, that was great.
Anyways, Josh, how was your week?
My week was fine, but not as eventful as one of my friends whose youngest son this week had like the worst week you can have for a 2-year-old. And like I was there for one of two moments. This poor kid, man, fell off a chair earlier this week, like in the kitchen, and broke his wrist. Like,
oh my gosh.
Yeah, like 2-year-old. And I guess it was just more like a hairline fracture, like of, the carpals. Is that what it is? Carpal bones or whatever they are in the wrist.
The perivalibitals.
Yeah.
The paralibitals.
Connected to the phalanges.
Anyway, he broke his wrist, so they had to deal with that all week. Like they didn't cast it right away, so he was like
They have to wait for the swelling to go down?
Yeah, he was in a sling and that type of thing. So poor kid, tough as nails though. Like I mean, broke his wrist and like was just back to running around all over the place the next day. With a splint wrap and a sling and off his shoulder, right? And then we went over to their house on Sunday night, and we were hanging out, and then my wife and my buddy's wife went to a tattoo appointment. So we have all 8 children that we're watching, right? And this
You guys
kid
let
like
the girls go to a tattoo shop.
I know,
alone.
right? Really bad idea. It gets closer to bedtime, dude, and this poor kid gets sick. Like my buddy's carrying him up the stairs where we're trying to clean up all kinds of toys that are on the floor, right? And he gets almost to the top, and he's literally 5 feet away from a bathroom. And then all of a sudden, this kid, dude, just like a volcano of hot dog and sour yogurt just out all over the place, dude. It's like on the floor. I mean, it's like little chunks of hot dog
man.
and like
my
sour
gosh.
yogurt all over the place. And I was just like, oh, this is not a good week. Like he's got a name, but we all call him Bubba. So what was really funny is when he broke his wrist, my buddy took him to the hospital, and he sent me a text message, and I misread it. And I guess what the diagnosis was called a bubble break. But when I misread the text message, and I thought it was just like the way I interpreted it. It came across as Bubba break, like Bubba break himself, like like that type of thing. So
Did you let him type this?
yeah, dude. So I mean, he sends a photo of Bubba through the phone, and he has this caption, just Bubba break, or I thought it was Bubba break, and I'm laughing. Right, I'm laughing when he sends this to me, and I feel so bad because, like, I mean, he just looks like a super strong kid, and got this caption. And then I tell my buddy, I was like, dude, that's hilarious, but how could you be making jokes like when your son's in the hospital? And he's like, what are you talking about? I was like, Bubba break, dude, that's hilarious. He was like, go back and read it again. And I looked at it, and I was like, oh, I feel like a douche.
I apologize.
Yeah, dude. So it was one of those like weekends in parenting, even though it like wasn't my child. Like I spent enough time around this kid. Like he's just a walking Tasmanian devil right now, just like ready for chaos to set in. It was just, it did help make Saturday and Sunday go by faster, and it was just like very eventful. So
Miscommunications like that, dude. So simple can cause so much damage.
yeah, I know.
Like if it's a couple dating, dude, a breakup could very well ensue. Depending
Friendships are destroyed on laughing at each other's children.
Yeah. Oh man, that's so funny. Good one.
Broken bones and barf, dude.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. So it was a Bubba weekend.
Nice.
I mean, speaking of barf, Drew, how's the baby?
The baby's good, dude. Really good. So we've been spending a lot more time the last 6 weeks. We've spent a lot more time on the couch. We still get out and get active, but when we're home, like that's what we're doing is sitting there.
Couch and waffles.
That's it, dude. Well, this week I was eating a ton of ice cream at nighttime, dude. Like a ton, so much. Elizabeth would go to the store and she'd be like, "What kind of ice cream do you want?" I'm like, "Well, I want Rocky Road and mint and chip." And then you get whatever you want to get. So I would have 2 tubs, dude. And so
you were double fisting Ben and Jerry's?
no, dryers.
Okay.
Nice try.
Touche. He's like a ninja, bro.
So, dude, my
Who's dryer, by the way?
talk about it later. So, dude, I'm just because I have 2 tubs, I'm eating way more ice cream than I normally do, which I normally eat a ton,
I
dude.
don't know how you eat this much ice cream, dude. I feel like the older I get, I'm getting more lactose intolerant.
Sure,
so.
I'm getting there.
Oh, okay, perfect.
So after like night number 2, dude, the next day, like,
Emphasis on number 2.
Yeah.
yeah, dude,
The two's a line.
dude,
Oh, no.
my farts were gnarly, dude,
Oh,
and
no.
they were often, and so.
Like curdled yogurt.
Oh yeah, dude. It was. It's brutal, dude. We've all been there.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
And so I'm sitting there on the couch,
Tonight was one of those nights for me, actually.
and Elizabeth just got done feeding Piper, and so she's sitting there, kind of rocking her, and I'm sitting right next to her, and I farted, dude, and I grabbed both my hands and I cupped. I've never done anything.
Muffined your wife?
Oh yeah, dude.
Oh, my
Hard.
gosh.
I've never done that to her, dude. Not once. And I don't know why my instinct jumped to that, dude. But I like, she was like kind of leaning forward, and I hit her with it, dude.
Okay, there are 2 fart barriers. You've now broken both.
Oh yeah,
There's
Dutch
the
oven was
original.
the first one.
No, I was gonna say there's the original. Like the first time you're comfortable enough to actually break wind.
Oh, yeah, dude, yeah.
Where you're basically saying, "Yeah, so you want to get married?" Like, that's where you are.
We're in this.
Yeah, we're in this.
You're
And
basically
then-
saying we've made vows.
yeah. And
This
then
is a contract.
The second one is the intentional.
Dude.
I'm gonna get you.
Well, and,
Whether it's the Dutch oven or the muffin,
dude,
it doesn't matter.
And the thing was, like leading up to that point, she had smelled them all already. It's not like she's getting away from them. But
There's
for
just
some
something
reason,
that's more insulting about it. You know, it's just
for
like
some reason, dude, I did not want to wait for the sneak attack. It was just like I just wanted to put it there immediately, dude. And I don't know why. It was like a split-second decision, dude. I wasn't thinking that as the fart was gearing up. It came out and I was like, oh.
this one's hot.
Yeah, you grab it like a hot potato.
Hot and fresh out the kitchen.
Dude. And so I was thinking
So gross.
like, what is she going to say to me right now, dude? And the worst part is she didn't really say anything. She just looked at me and just had this look of like, why would you do that?
That's the best.
Now, just to review, she had her hands full with the baby, right?
She was taking care of the baby when I did this, dude. She was defenseless.
So you not only muffined your wife, you
And the
muffined your
baby.
newborn child.
Oh, well, dude, when the baby is being fussy, I always put her like on top of my legs and bounce her anyway. And so she was getting them all day, dude. She's been in the trenches all day taking
she
grenades,
doesn't
dude.
care. She probably thinks they're hers.
She's like, this is life. This is what life is like on this planet.
I miss the womb.
Nice.
Yeah, dude. So it was I can't say that I'll never do that again to her, but I'm gonna try.
It's a good thing you bought a comfortable couch.
Yeah, for real. Dude, dad of the year right there. All right, so when we come back, fellas, we're talking Justin Bieber.
What?
Exactly. We'll be right back. All right, and welcome back to the show. Fellas, as I said before we went to the break, we're going to talk Justin Bieber tonight, and that might be a little bit of a surprise, but guys, something pretty amazing happened this week. Justin Bieber, Canadian-born, announced that he's going to be applying for U.S. citizenship.
I heard about that.
Of course, dude. Why does everybody care about that? Who gives a crap, dude?
Don't you understand that if you are a citizen of the United States, you pay double the taxes no matter where you live,
dude.
immediately?
Oh, I would think Canada
Bad.
would be fighting to keep
Bad.
him. They probably need his tax money.
I don't think they're going to let him go. I think they actually allowed dual citizenship.
Oh, yeah, they do. They do.
Yeah.
So that got me thinking.
Yeah.
There's probably a lot of performers out there who maybe we didn't realize are Canadian.
Ooh, I know a few.
So I thought, why don't we play a little game tonight called Yankee or Canuck?
They're like reptilians,
Perfect.
dude.
Yeah, no.
Just hiding in American population. We'll find
So here's
you
what we're
as
gonna
soon
do.
as you say about.
or A. Poser.
Like Inglorious Bastards, where he's like, "You just gave yourself away, Captain." Okay. I hope you don't mind me going out speaking the Kings. Okay. So good. All right. So here's what's going to happen, guys. I am going to read you the name of an actor, and we're only going with guys this time. Okay. We'll save the ladies around for another
Not
time.
uncommon for you. Go ahead.
Exactly. Now. Well done, sir. Now, here's the deal. You're going to tell me, are they a Yankee or are they a Canuck? Are they U.S. born or are they Canadian? Whoever has the most points at the end will be the winner, I guess. Okay, so here we go.
Gets the double fist Ben and Jerry's.
There you go. There you go. Talk about a rocky road. Okay. Okay. All right. Are you ready? Let's start out with an easy one. Okay. A couple of easy ones. Fellas, this should be a given. William Shatner, Yankee or Canuck?
How is that a given? I thought he was like Scottish.
Everybody
or something.
knows. Dude, William Shatner, Captain Kirk. Everybody knows where he's from. Are you serious?
Well, you gotta start with the last name, and you gotta break it down into, Shatner.
Shatner.
Canadian.
Drew, what say you?
Yankee.
The correct answer is Canadian. Good job, Josh. There you go.
Didn't you hear what I said?
Yeah, Shatner, yeah.
Now let's go with another easy one here, fellas.
There was nothing easy about it.
Yeah, what are you talking about? How are we supposed to know?
Dude,
They're all white people, bro.
Yeah, they all
so what you're telling me is you have no idea. So maybe none of these are going to be the easy. Or here we go. Keanu Reeves.
Canadian.
I only knew that because he's a bad actor.
Well, the rest of this list should be easy. All right, let's go with. All right, speaking of that, let's go with Matt Damon.
No, he's Yankee.
Yankee or Canuck? Drew, what's
Dude,
it?
he's for sure Yankee.
Yeah.
That is correct. He was born in
Boston.
the U.S. of A. Boston. There you go.
Boston.
Okay. Well done. All right, fellas. Here we go with another one. A Tom Hanks.
Yankee.
Think hard about this one.
Yeah, I don't feel like I have to
Or
think
just
hard
jump
about
into
that
it. Or just jump into it.
one. I feel like these are easier than the ones you started with.
Drew, what say you?
Canadians aren't going to do a movie about an American like Forrest Gump. That's Tom Hanks is a Yankee for sure.
Yeah, he was born in. Okay.
I was hoping that he was going to say Canadian.
Okay. Let me see if I can spitball one for here. Josh, close to your heart as always.
Okay.
Mr. George Clooney. Canuck or Yankee?
He's Canadian, dude.
Canuck or
False. He's reptilian.
Trick question, correct answer. Good job.
Oh, George Clooney.
He's probably Yankee.
He's Yankee.
Are you both saying Yankee?
No,
Yeah.
I said Canadian.
You're going Canuck?
I am.
Yank.
I'm I'm sorry, he is a red-blooded American. Sorry about that.
Blue-blooded, actually.
Well, that too.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of blue bloods,
But he's a Democrat for anyone who didn't get that last one.
speaking of blue bloods, Kevin Spacey.
I wish he was Canadian. Is he Canadian?
Kevin Spacey?
Yeah, he's
Oh,
got to
man.
be, dude.
Actually, I despise the man so much he just might be French, actually.
Option C.
Oh, this is a tough one because
Canadian.
Canadian, yeah. Yeah.
A Canadian would never do the things that he did. He is a Yankee.
You might actually, yeah, he did play the U.S. president in House of Cards, so
Very
you
well. Dang it.
Okay, Drew. Ryan Reynolds. Yankee or Canuck? I mean, he's sexy. That should tell you.
you got to
right
break
there.
down the last name.
Canadian.
Reynolds.
American.
What is your final
Who in
answer?
Canada? Who in Canada is named Ryan?
He's a Canuck.
You know?
Dual citizenship. Yankee. He's a Yankee, dude.
I think he's Canadian, dude.
Josh, good job, man.
dude.
No, dude, you know way too much about these people. I think if I proved anything, it's that I don't pay attention to this crap.
If I've proved anything, the polls are on my side. I think I'm more in tune with everybody than you are.
You are. That's pop culture for sure. You got it, dude.
All right, let's go with a couple more here, fellas.
right,
One that I feel should be quite easy. Michael Bublé.
Dude,
Crooner.
Canadian.
Singer,
Canadian.
all around, handsome man.
Canadian.
All right, hang on.
Dude, Bublé, that's as bad as Bieber.
I mean,
Canadian.
come on.
Like, he's Canadian. Got to be
What say
Canadian.
you, Drew?
He's got a beautiful voice.
I didn't say he didn't know how to sing. I said he's Canadian.
He's been in some Starbucks commercials. I don't know if that helps.
Yankee.
Yankee for Drew. He's wrong again. He's a Canuck. Good job, Josh. Dang it, Drew. All right, Drew.
I thought I had that one.
Yeah.
I thought I had that one.
You did too. I thought he had me also. I was like, no.
So my heart actually fluttered a little.
All right, I feel like this is an easy one, Drew. I'm really trying to help you out here. Harrison Ford. Han Solo himself. Has he got
Actually,
that Canadian blood?
Indiana Jones himself.
There you go, Indiana
He's
Jones.
American, dude. Why would they get a Canadian and play Indy? That's just silly.
I
He's
know.
an American.
Yankee.
Yankee.
Good job. He was a Yank.
That's right.
Dang it. All right, let's go with one more, fellas. This is your chance for glory.
I hope I get this one right so that you can't make another joke.
Chandler Bing himself, Matthew Perry.
Canadian.
Canadian or Yankee? Canuck or Yankee?
I thought you said we were just doing guys tonight.
You know what? Josh wins. Josh wins. There it is. Josh wins. Josh wins. Dude, could he be any more Canadian? Anyway, there you go. That was our first.
Wait.
our
No,
first
but you
install-
do have to answer that. Wait, what?
Yeah, he's
Is
Canadian.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's Canadian. Yeah.
Okay. So
That's what I was going to go with anyway. I promise.
Good job. So, hey, all that to say, so happy for Justin Bieber making his way to becoming an American citizen.
Why?
I will say that I've been a believer since day one. So,
Dude.
yeah, just want to get that out there.
Okay, tonight we want to go, fellas, to a listener question.
Oh, dude, I love listener questions. What do you got for us tonight?
This one, fellas, I feel like is one of those philosophical things that keep you up at night. But here's your chance to get it off your chest. Fellas, if you were Bigfoot, you were the Bigfoot, would you reveal yourself to humanity? Would you reveal yourself to humankind?
No.
Why?
Would you live in isolation?
Because everyone's trying to shoot him, dude.
Wait a minute. Nobody's trying to shoot Bigfoot. What are you talking about?
Wait,
Wait,
you think
no.
one wants to hunt Bigfoot?
All of our
dude?
audience, I wish you had just been able to see the look on Andrew's face when he just said that. Like there was so much passion and truth behind those words.
Dude, especially if he's Bigfoot and he lives in America. No.
Okay, so,
I mean,
so you become Bigfoot and you reveal yourself in Canada, where everyone wants to give you a donut.
Through the media. You got to do it the smart way if you're going to do it, dude. You have to contact someone in the media first.
Wait.
Get protection.
So you're saying that if you're going to do it, you're going to do it Tony Stark status where you're at a press conference and you go, the truth is, I am Bigfoot.
Yeah, dude. And you like unzip a suit. You can't, dude. You can't just start walking down the hill.
You unzip your Rob Lambert suit. Come on,
Yeah, dude. You can't just come walking down a hill as Bigfoot thinking you're gonna make it 50 steps, dude. And someone out there deer hunting is gonna be like, look at that prize. We don't have to tell no one.
It's just going to be Drew's head on a mantle.
Dude, no.
Dude, I feel like you would be... Dude, you'd be the ultimate celebrity.
Oh no, man! I was thinking to myself, if I'm Bigfoot, it's like I'm Bigfoot, y'all.
And you know what, dude? That's only made...
I wear a size 36 on my foot.
It's like it's weird that you guys have been
Bigfoot.
calling me this because I refer to myself as Big.
Oh my! Are you freaking kidding me right now?
I don't know, man. I think there's a lot of celebrity there. Money to be made. Yes, you do take the chance of getting shot, but
Dude, more so than the rest of us.
Unless you reveal yourself in San Francisco.
Dude.
No
okay.
guns. No guns. They like to think they don't have guns in Chicago, but
Let's say he's nestled up like, I don't know, whatever the tallest mountain. And let's say hypothetically he's in the United
Mount Whitney.
States. Okay, how does he get to San Francisco?
dude, he's Bigfoot. He can like
Some shades and a hat.
A huge trench coat.
He's got his Hawaiian shirt on with a camera. Like he's a
no,
tourist.
dude. Come on, don't be ridiculous. He does what everyone else does. Goes down to the local enterprise and rents a car.
Drives on.
Mr. Foot, is it? No. I'm just going to need 2 forms of ID. So what we're saying is that if he revealed himself, there's a good chance he'd get shot at. He would be extremely famous. So basically, if he dropped a fire mixtape, he'd be like any other rapper out there, right?
Or John F. Kennedy.
Oh my god!
Too soon?
No.
All right, awesome. So here's what we're going to do, guys. Let's throw out a Twitter poll. I want to hear from the audience. If you were Bigfoot, would you reveal yourself? And that sounds a little dirty, but I want to know, would you, if you were Bigfoot, yes or no, would you reveal yourself to humanity?
Did you say you would?
Yeah, I did. And I was just going back to earlier. Now that you're asking this question, Rob made a comment about Bigfoot in a trench coat. I was just like, this is not good, dude.
It's like if Pee Wee Herman was Bigfoot. Which somehow he's back on TV.
Because
Circle
Hollywood
of
loves
life,
a
bro.
comeback
Circle
story.
of life.
No, Hollywood loves a comeback story.
That's true. Winona Ryder.
Mel Gibson.
Oh, that was a big one.
Kudos. Yeah. All right. And now, as we come to the end of our time, fellas, as always, let us talk about what we've learned. Number 1, the ultimate test of a relationship. The milestone that we should all hit to know, is this thing working or not? You muffin each other. Just do it. Number 2, I don't care what anybody says. Prince of Thieves is the greatest Robin Hood film of all
You've already
time.
lost this one, Rob. You've already
Christian
lost
Slater! And number 3, we've somehow managed to find out that Bigfoot is one mixtape away from being the hottest rapper on the scene today. Just a fire mixtape, dude. That's all it takes.
Well, and obviously, it probably goes without saying he would change his name to Mr. Big.
It's too on the nose. All right, and as always, we just want to say thanks to everybody for listening and supporting the show. Make sure that wherever you get your podcasts, you go and leave us a review there. And if you leave us a 5-star, we really appreciate it. It helps out the show immensely. And until next time, I'm your host, Rob Lambert.
This is Josh Frankenstein.
This is Drew Carroll.
It's like you have something in the chamber, but you're afraid to say it, Drew.
Yeah.
And this is Drew Carroll. Yeah, that one was better. Have a good night, everyone.